When Air Force One's wheels left Saudi soil, no one could have predicted was about to unfold in the skies over the Persian Gulf. What happened next sent shockwaves through global capitals and has diplomats scrambling to understand its implications. And tonight, we take you inside a historic moment that is completely reshaping Middle Eastern alliances. And the footage we're going to show you, captured just hours ago, reveals why leaders are calling this the most significant diplomatic maneuver of the decade. Ramifications of what transpired in those desert skies will be felt for generations to come, so do not look away. Now, here's the hard truth. Every 6 years, your dollar loses half its buying power. That means $100,000 savings today could feel like $50,000 by 2031. And you see it every time you fill up your tank, buy groceries, or pay the bills. Prices are up, dollars down, but there's a simple way to protect the value of your savings with something real, something proven. Gold, an asset that holds its value over time. That's why I trust Noble Gold Investments. They make it simple to protect your savings with physical gold or silver. No high-pressure sales, no call centers, just honest guidance, one-on-one support, and transparent pricing. And right now, when you open a qualified account, Noble Gold will send you a free 10-ounce silver American flag bar as a thank you. Colin, I'm still waiting for mine. Where's mine, Colin? Head over to nextnewsgold.com. Link down below. Just tap more below the video window to learn more, or if you prefer the phone, 877-646-5347. That's the number on the screen. And when you call in and you talk to Colin, tell him I said hello. Would you do that, please? All right. Let's jump into it because it was an amazing day. Absolutely amazing. Tracking the president's movements all day. And even like late last night, 4 a.m., we're getting emails from the press office, just historic things happening because obviously there's a massive time shift and the news does not stop. So airborne diplomacy. We've got it all here, folks. Trump's Qatar arrival reads like a Hollywood reel. F-15 escorts slice the desert sky. The anthem ricochets off marble, and an epic signing looms that could flip Gulf power math. From cockpit cam to camel parades, we have got the rundown. You ready for this? I know you are. So let's jump in. Okay, so this was... Now, we saw this over the skies of Saudi Arabia, but this was totally different. We had many different angles here. So this video from a QEAF F-15QA shows the fire guarding Air Force One, wingtips glinting as the jet banks over sand and seas. A silent salute at 25,000 feet signals alliance and strength before Trump's boots hit Doha marble. Now, here's the shot. This is the shot from that jet. I mean, that is some of the coolest stuff I've ever seen. But what's even wilder is we actually have footage of the pilot taking the video. Isn't that awesome? Remarkable. They have so much respect for the United States again. And then this shot, too. Inside Air Force One, Trump leans towards the window, tracking the escort's shadow across the dunes. The cabin hum turns electric. The skyline and runway flash into view. Now, there, I did see someone post. You see that? You see that tray in front of President Trump right there? It's not McDonald's, no. So RFK Jr. must have a hand in in picking the selection on Air Force One. No French fries, no Big Macs, just healthy food for the president. And I don't know, honestly, how the guy does it. I mean, this is a barnstorming tour through the Mideast. And there was one moment I thought was interesting. I was watching the clip, and I'm like, wait a second, that's Caitlin Collins. So there was a gaggle mid-flight. Caitlin Collins asking about Turkey peace talks. Let's listen in.
What happens on Thursday if President Putin doesn't show up in Turkey for the talks with Ukraine? What will you do?
Well, I don't know if he's showing up. I know he would like me to be there. And that's a possibility. If we could end the war, I'd be thinking about that. Now, tomorrow, we're all booked out. You understand that? We're all set.
But you both, you guys.
You eat tomorrow. And so we have a very full situation. Now, that doesn't mean I wouldn't do it to save a lot of lives and come back. But, yeah, I think they're thinking about something. I don't know that he would be there if I'm not there. We're going to find out. Marco's going. And Marco's been very effective.
What happened
Marco
Thursday
Rubio is in Turkey, and there's going to be some historic peace talks there. Thinking about the optics of the moment, right? So Marco Rubio shows up in Turkey, about to broker a peace deal between Putin and Zelensky. Of course, Donald Trump, he'll drop everything, like he just said. He will drop everything to save those lives. And, I mean, you can't score a peace deal without the guy who's negotiating the whole thing there. So you know he'll show up. So we're kind of waiting to see what happens. Now, here's some more from the Margot Martin got this. 4 Qatari F-15QA fighters holding tight formation off of each wingtip, engines glowing over the desert haze. No peel off, no wingdip, just steady steel guardians pacing the jet on final approach. Oh man, one day I hope to be on Air Force One. But I did hear, this is kind of wild, that if you get into the travel pool, the out of town pool as they call it, you have to put up $50,000, $50K, just so that you have, because they actually charge the press when they go on these trips. Like, it's not just like a free ride. You have to pay for your meals. You have to pay for your lodging. You have to do all that. So you got to put up like $50K just to get in there. So maybe we'll have a fundraiser and have a talk with Caroline Levitt. Now, here is the touchdown. Air Force One kissing the asphalt at Hamad International, rolling past honor guards, sun-polished helmets, tarmac heat shimmers, engines spool down, while embassy staff shield their eyes, waiting for the signature fist pump. I always do. I love seeing Air Force One. I've only seen it in person one time, and that was many years ago. And here it is, the America First fist pump, Trump stepping out, clapping, fires a fist pump atop the stairs, repeats at the beast door, the mark of American leadership on display. Optics writes its own cable. There he is. This guy's got to be exhausted. But he's a machine. There is no way Joe Biden could have ever pulled any of this off. I mean, considering the amount of money that he is getting these nations to pledge to the U.S. economy, Joe Biden would be too concerned about, his applesauce and his nap time. But there it is. Total respect in Qatar. This was also another wild moment. Yesterday when we saw those buffalo horses in Saudi Arabia, I said to myself, I want to see camels. Wouldn't that be cool? And then Todd shot me this video this morning. He's like, Gary, you asked for it, and here it is, the camels. I was like, oh, man, I asked for it, sure. Camels presented. Motorcade slips past rows of prize camels. Hooves crunch a perfectly manicured lawn. Look at that lawn. I bet you it makes the Mar-a-Lago lawn jealous. Let's keep going. Here's the motorcade. Motorcade roll, black SUVs snaking into the Amari Dewan courtyard, red rug unfurled, Marines snapping salutes, Qatari drummers echoing off the limestone walls. Let's watch. grand entrance, man. Grand entrance. Now, this is when he departed the beast, and he had these, you can see the dignitary line. Trump walking past white-robed Qatari ministers, shaking hands as gleaming polished marble mirrors the flash bulbs. Emir Tamim watches U.S. aides line on the opposite side, creating a corridor of suits and thwabs. Protocol perfection. You're witnessing it. But we're not at the juicy part yet. This is all the pomp and circumstance. Now, here we go. Seated opposite of Trump in a gold-trimmed salon, Emir Tamim proclaims, "You're the first American president to officially visit Qatar." So very honored. Imagine that. This is the first time in world history. Let's listen in.
I've been very happy. We're extremely honored to have you here. We're very excited, very happy. It's a historic visit. And I don't know if you know that you are the first American president to officially to visit Qatar. Right? So we're very honored. We're very honored. We're extremely...
First American president. Still seated across from Emir Tamim, President Trump responds, "It's been a loyal and beautiful friendship." And he thanks him for the camels.
And now we can, well, I have to say that we've been friends for a long time. Hard to believe, right? Remember that first meeting very well. And we've liked each other and we've worked with each other. And now we can work in the highest capacity. And we'll bring peace not only here, but I know you're very involved in helping us in other regions, like what's happening with Russia, Ukraine, etc. And I think we're having some pretty good news coming out of there today and maybe tomorrow and maybe Friday, frankly. But we'll see about that. But I just want to thank you for everything, and maybe in particular our friendship. It's been a very loyal, great, beautiful friendship. And the job you've done is second to none. You look at this, it's so beautiful. As a construction person, I'm seeing perfect marble. This is what they call perfecto. And just a great job you've done, and what a beautiful place. And we appreciate those camels. I haven't seen camels like that in a long time. And that was some greeting. We appreciate it very much. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
And have a lot of fun.
Thank you.
He loves the camels. And here we have the Secretary of Defense, Pete Hegseth, signing a statement of intent on defense cooperation with Qatar, then inks letters to offer an acceptance for MQ-9B Reaper drones, FSLID air defense kits, locking a new layer of joint deterrence into the Gulf skies. Larger deals even coming next month.
Firstly, a statement of intent on defense cooperation between the State of Qatar and the United States of America.
The pens hitting the paper. It's a declaration of intent. More history being made. Secretary of Defense Hegseth among the delegation.
Secondly, a letter of offer and acceptance for MQ-9B aircrafts.
Amazing.
And a letter of offer and acceptance, FS lids.
Continuing aviation surge, Qatar Airways CEO Badr bin Abdul Amir and Boeing chief Kelly Hochberg sign, this is historic, 160 new jets, the largest order in Boeing history. They call it historic. Bankers call it jobs, and the U.S.-Qatar trade just vaulted into the stratosphere.
Now we will see the signing of the agreement of buying aircraft from Boeing. His Excellency Badr bin Abdul Amir will sign from the Qatari side, and Kelly Hochberg will be signing on behalf of Boeing.
Between the State of Qatar and the United States of America. Boeing purchase agreement signed on behalf of the State of Qatar by His Excellency Badr Mohammed Al-Mir, CEO of Qatar Airways Company, and behalf of the United States, Kelly Ortberg, President and CEO of the Boeing Company.
160 jets. I'm looking up the value. I don't know how much that's worth. Trump patting him. Hey, buddy, I just cut you the biggest deal in the world. Yeah, the art of the deal. You know Boeing's going to be very, very happy. They better get that Air Force One thing off the ground. What's going on? So let's see. I'm checking in on the value of 160 jets. Oh, my goodness. Okay, so that's roughly $96 billion in current list price terms. The figure Qatar and U.S. officials cited when they announced the record-setting order. Actual purchase prices are typically lower after the deep discounts that airlines negotiate, but we're looking at $96 billion deal signed right there. Oh, man. Take that to the bank, right? Holy cow. $96 billion. And then the joint charter under the chandeliers, Emir Tamim and President Trump signed a U.S.-Qatar Declaration of Cooperation, pledging deeper security, energy, and investment ties.
Qatar, it is my honor to announce the signing of a joint declaration of cooperation between the State of Qatar and the United States of America. Signed on behalf of the State of Qatar by His Highness Sheikh Tamim bin Hamad Al Thani, Emir of the State of Qatar, and the Honorable Donald J. Trump, President of the United States of America.
History being made. President Trump with his signature Sharpie hitting the paper. And then the exchange. A massive deal on the table right there. Probably makes the Boeing announcement look like peanuts. There it is. There's the Sharpie. There's the Sharpie, of course. And this is what happened. This is what happened stateside. While Trump is clinching Gulf deals and touts peace talks, Hill Democrats debut impeachment attempt number 3. Oh, boy.
353. I would like to see every Democratic member of Congress to support my impeachment bill, my resolution 353. I appeal to all members of Congress, but particularly I appeal to all members of the Democratic Party to stand behind the United to oppose and send a message to this Congress, to this President. I also would like to...
Yeah, good luck with that, buddy. Doesn't look like you have that many people there supporting you. Yeah, just another failed attempt. But here's what's really cool. As U.S. motorcades roll in Doha, carrier groups USS Harry S. Truman and USS Carl Vinson patrol the Red and Arabian Seas. F-18s on deck, Marines poised. Pentagon source calls it a 360-degree shield for the President's Gulf swing. Vigilance never sleeps. And what's interesting is, as I was talking to Tom McCullough on the, well, he was at the White House today. He was investigating where the carrier strike groups were located, and he pointed out that, you know, within minutes, these F-18s could just swoop in and do devastating damage if there was a need. But of course, this was a peaceful and commercial-related delegation to Qatar, so no need. But the safety was there. So the final word from F-15 escorts to billion-dollar signatures. Trump's Qatar stop stacked milestones faster than news feeds could scroll. Every contract detail in power shift. Keep your eyes on the next news network because we are planted in the White House. There's yours truly. So what you just witnessed wasn't just a diplomatic visit. It was a master class in American leadership. It's left our allies cheering and our adversaries in shock. Now, the implications of today's developments will ripple through every major capital, from Beijing to Brussels. But here's the question everybody should be asking. What does this strategic realignment mean for America's position in the global energy market? Share your thoughts in the comments below. And you know what? While President Trump is strengthening America's position abroad, patriots across the country are strengthening our voice here at home. Every piece of Next News gear tells the world you stand for truth in an age of lies. So hit the link in the description because this movement is just getting started.